So in the days where we're all locked up in our houses on a once-in-a-century global pandemic, we need to find some way to entertain ourselves, of course. Most people just watch stuff from their streaming service that they have. Some people have Netflix, some have Hulu, some have Disney+. Hell, some people might even have Boomerang. But me, I have Tubi. Now I'm pretty sure you don't know what Tubi is, and I don't expect you to know what it is. Tubi is a streaming service where you can watch shows and movies for free. Now, they don't have any of the recent shows and movies on there, which adds to the charm and the cheesiness of the service. Recently, it was bought out by Fox, yes, that Fox, and they added The Masked Singer on there, not that anyone cares. One of the things that I love about Tubi is that it introduced me to the expansive world of Korean drama. I have Tubi on my smart TV and was browsing it a couple days ago and came upon a series called Fated to Love You. Now, I don't expect you to know what this show is, but I have never, in my life, seen anything like it. The show's about two people who end up accidentally having a one-night stand. The woman ends up pregnant, and they have to go about raising their child and being together and eventually raising their child. This show introduced me to Korean drama and foreign TV as a whole. Now, for the sake of time, I will go into a full summary of the show as I do not want to go by each episode, as each episode is an hour long. And there's about 20 episodes. That wouldn't be a really fun video for you guys. So I'm just going to go into a full summary of the series and then give my analysis on it. So I'm going to go fast, so hopefully you can try and keep up. Without further ado, this is You Are My Destiny, the greatest show, at least in Korea. Now, before I go on, I should preface this by saying that there are spoilers in this video. If you do wish to watch the full show, which is about 20 episodes each an hour long, you can go watch it. I will leave a link in the description to where you can find the full series. Also, I will have subtitles for those who want to know what they're saying in the clips that I show. And they are on the video, so you don't need to go down and hit the subtitle button. You don't need to do that. They're already on the video because I was able to find a series that had the subtitles on, and the English subtitles too. So, without further ado, now on to the video.
Back on!
Also, the names that I say in this series are predominantly Korean, if not all Korean, and I don't know how to speak Korean. So, if I do mispronounce a name, I do apologize for that. So, yeah, I don't speak Korean, so if I do mispronounce any names, I apologize. I'm just doing my best here. Alright, so let's get to the video. Fated to Love You, also known as You Are My Destiny, is a Korean drama directed by Kim Hee-won and Lee Dong-yoon. The show is about two strangers, Lee Gun, played by Jang Hyuk, and Kim Myung, played by Jang Nara, who end up accidentally having a one-night stand at a hotel in Macau, China. Gun Lee was there to propose to his then-girlfriend, Sarah, played by Wang Ji-won, and Kim Myung was there on a vacation with attorney Min, the asshole. Don't worry, I'll get to that. Played by Kim Young-hoon. Kim Myung ends up pregnant after having a one-night stand with Lee Gun, and the two eventually have to go about living together and then eventually raising their child. Once Lee Gun finds out that she is pregnant, the only way he believes that he can raise the child is the two enter a contractual marriage that would end once the baby is born. Basically, Lee Gun doesn't love her at all, but eventually develops love for her as the marriage goes on, and the two end up building a connection. While this is going on, Sarah has no idea about this, as she left for New York as soon as she arrived in Korea because a boss who speaks English asked her to come back and be the lead dancer, and she accepts in probably the worst voiceover I've ever seen in my life.
We changed our minds, Sarah. We want you to be our prima ballerina as Odette. Please hurry up and come back to New York as soon as possible.
So after she gets back to Korea, she eventually does meet back up with Gun Lee. But at first, Gun Lee doesn't tell Sarah about his marriage to Myung just yet. But she eventually does find out in one of the most heartbreaking scenes in the entire series by far.
이 사람 내 아내야.
Meanwhile, Daniel Pitt, played by Choi Jin-hyuk, befriends Kim Myung after she mistook him for a priest, but the two end up building a cute little connection, much to Gun's dismay, after Daniel opens a cafe near Gun's house. After Gun loses his memory in episode 11 from his genetic disease, Sarah attempts to get back with Gun by spinning the tale because Gun doesn't remember Kim Myung, but does remember Sarah and that they were in a relationship. After Gun gets his memory back and sheds some man tears about it, he goes to search for Kim Myung and finds her and decides to break off in the relationship with her. And the two turned around from each other. They didn't want to look back. Well, Gun didn't want to look back, and because Gun didn't turn away, and because Gun turned away from her and didn't look back, she is struck by a car, which doesn't kill her, but ends up killing the unborn baby, which they had named Doggy Poo. This results in the most heartbreaking scene in the entire series.
내가 부탁했잖아요. 아니 개떡이마저 없는데 나는 어떻게 살아요? 제발 돌려주세요. 우리 개떡이 좀 돌려주세요. 제발.
울지 마요.
개떡이 좀 돌려주세요. 개떡이 좀 돌려.
After Myung gets out of the hospital, Gun decides to break away from the relationship with Myung for real, having her move out of the house. Daniel suggests that Myung go with him to attend an art school in Paris, in another heartbreaking scene ensures. I won't show you the full scene because we're actually running low on time. I know the series is extremely depressing, but it gets better later. A flashback of scenes is shown, and Gun's attempts to find Myung to no avail. The screen cuts to black for a split second, and a time skip is shown. 3 years later. Gun has a different haircut, and Myung, now Ellie Kim, has her hair dyed. Now you probably reacted like me when I saw this, but I started crying hard. I had already been crying earlier, but not like this. This scene pretty much sealed the deal for me. Call me a bitch, call me gay, I don't fucking care. This scene right here was the turning point for the series. The rest of the series is Gun attempting to get Ellie back, including doing some goofy things, fails, then ultimately gets it back in the best scene in the entire series. Myung finds videos of Gun rambling on about not being able to have Ellie, and while that's going on, Gun is holding a press conference to announce that he is stepping down as president of Jeongin Chemicals. Just then, Ellie bursts into the press room and confronts Gun about this.
이건 씨. 전부 다 알았어요.
The two share a kiss and everything as well. Gun and Ellie have a formal wedding hosted by Direct Attack, which is the greatest fucking thing in the world. You don't realize how much that means to me. Daniel finds out that Sarah is his actual sister, as earlier another woman had attempted to pass her off as Daniel's sister, which Myung knew off the bat and suspected her as a gold digger. Yep, probably just a gold digger. That's how they get ya. We get some sexy scenes of Gun and Ellie having sex. Well, not actually, you don't get to see any titty, but if you really want to see it, go to this link and go to this episode at this time. Dr. Octopus, the Lee family doctor, tells Gun that the disease has not appeared yet, which implies that the disease might not affect him at all. Dr. Octopus ends up falling for Ellie's mother in a pretty cute scene. Direct Attack becomes a professional dancer with Attorney Hong, Ellie's old boss, in a pretty goofy scene.
정말 영광이에요. 내 정말 좋아하잖아요. 내 존경하고 진짜 전재 선생님. 아 정말 차스 선생님이세요. 아니 정말 사랑하고 존경해.
And best of all, Gun and Ellie have a kid. 2 of them actually, and that's Fated to Love You. Honestly, this ending probably would go well with another song, to be honest.
오케스트라 연주가 울릴 겁니다. different. We don't bleed, nigga. We make niggas bleed blood. Treyway, these niggas said it hurt me. I ain't heard you.
This is a great show, in my opinion at least. I believe this is one of the greatest shows I have ever seen in my life, and that stands among a list including Game of Thrones, the first 6 seasons at least, Samurai Jack season 5, regular show, Tom and Jerry, and many more. This show is a great balance of comedy and heart. At least with this show, unlike Game of Thrones, it has a pretty good ending, and it was pretty funny and heartwarming, with Director Tak and Attorney Hong becoming dancers, Daniel and Sarah share a heartwarming scene together, and even with Dr. Octopus and Myung's mother having a moment. One thing that I like is Sarah's transformation as a character. I didn't really like Sarah in this series. I kind of saw her as someone who was obsessed with Lee Gun and hungry to get back with him and pushed Myung to the side, but grew to like him more. She was sort of trying to get Myung to get away from Gun so she could have him for herself. I mean, they would get together for like 10 years. Of course she wants to get back with him, but throughout the course of the show, Gun was falling more and more in love with Myung to the point where he couldn't take it anymore and went to search for her. Another thing that I liked was how Gun cared so much about Myung. It may seem that he didn't like her because he wanted to break off from the relationship, but actually he was trying to help her. At the press conference, Myung tells Gun that she knows everything, and Gun finally admits whenever she's hurt that he's hurt as well, and because of the disease, he didn't know when he was going to die. At the end of the series though, it seemed like they were alluding to Gun having beaten the disease, or the disease has not gotten to him and he will not die from it, but we don't know if it has or not. One thing that I'd like to explain is why I thought Attorney Min was an asshole. For those who forgot or weren't paying attention, Attorney Min is the one that was in the elevator with Myung at the beginning of the series. So what happens is that while Myung was taking a walk in Macau, Attorney Min was going to the casino and gets a little too excited there. He meets Miss Kim, who has no relation to the main plot, but actually kinda does. You see, when the morning after comes, Myung goes back to the room and sees Attorney Min with Miss Kim. Gun walks in with Myung's shoes and basically calls Attorney Min trash. After Gun dresses up Myung, they go and destroy him in poker, and Miss Kim rejects him like the little bitch boy he is. And also basically says that his dick is little, so... yeah, I tell you, it's a good blend of comedy and heart. Emphasis on the comedy part, especially around the beginning of the series. I was rooting so hard against him, and to see him lose made me so happy. At a charity dinner party in episode 8, oh wait, let me add some context before. Shortly before the party, during the episode, throughout the episode, word got out through the news that Gun and Myung's marriage was fake, and now everyone is after the two. Now let's get back to this. At the dinner party in episode 8, people start questioning Myung about the marriage, including one girl who throws water in her face. Like, come on, be more civilized at you senseless, ugly, pathetic ass dog. Oh, and look who shows up. He gives a speech on Myung for seemingly no reason. The whole thing is just exposing her for what she was before. A contract worker at a law firm. And everyone starts chatting about her. Like, seriously, all of a sudden being a law firm worker is a crime that could be given capital punishment? Like, what the fuck, bro? I mean... what did Myung do to you? She treated you so nicely. And when she has sex with Gun, while drugged by the way, you all of a sudden need to make her life a living hell. What a pathetic son of a bitch. Then Gun shows up and completely shits on him. Fuck yeah, let's go, man. I love Gun. He always has this sort of smart-ass approach to situations. Like when someone is talking shit about your wife, he puts on a smile and says, "Hey you. Yeah you? Haha. Fuck you." Jang Nora and Jang Hyuk have such great on-screen chemistry, especially because they have been previously on the drama Successful Story of a Bright Girl back in 2002, which is another highly rated show. Both of these two have had long acting careers that really pay off in this show. The songs for these series are really good too. The theme, Ready for Love, was sung by Megan Lee, who ironically enough went on to play Sunhee, I don't know. I said I'd mispronounce names. But, anyway, went on to play Sunhee on Make It Pop on Nickelodeon. Destiny Sonata and Goodbye My Love are two great sad songs that add a lot of emotion to certain scenes. This is such a great show, and I really wish you could give it a watch. I know it's probably not your cup of tea, and I get that. If you do wish to watch the show, I'll leave a link in the description where you can watch it.
Damn, shawty.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it's a little different from my usual content right now, and I'm trying to experiment with different kinds of content, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making this, and I hope you enjoyed the content that I have coming up. I have other videos upcoming, and I hope you will like those too, of course. I do have a new topic for Taking a Dive, and I hope you guys will like it, because it's sort of a return to the old for the series. It's kind of like a return to form for the series. I know it's been straying away from the original, like, I'd review, like, taking a look at YouTube channels. I mean, shit, I did an episode on a fucking 40-year-old band. I mean, come on. So, fuck. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, I will announce on Discord when I will, link in the description, by the way. I will announce on Discord when I will make the announcement of which topic I have chosen. And, yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.